My name is Catherine and welcome to my channel, The Words of Catherine. I am wearing sunglasses today, even though it is winter, but I like them. I think I look cute with them, so why not just keep them on for the video. Today we'll be doing a book talk on the book The Easter Parade by Richard Yates. Easter Parade by Richard Yates was written around 1970, and I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads because I really liked this book. I read it in 2 days, non-stop. I had to read it for my Dutch class. This is an English book, and yes, I read it for Dutch class because I got permission to do that, and also because I could not find the Dutch version of the book because it's difficult to find. The book follows the story of the 2 Grimes sisters, Sarah and Emily Grimes. Sarah is a dark-haired elder sister, and Emily the fair-haired younger sister, and they differ like 3 to 4 years in age. And yeah, the book mostly follows the story from Emily's perspective, and it is written in 3rd person, but Richard Yates managed to write it in such a way that you almost feel as if it's 1st person, as if you're just in the story living through it and just are a bypasser in the story, walking around and seeing this girl Emily struggle her way through life in the shadow of her sister Sarah. This book itself starts in the 1930s and it ends around the 1970s, and it is a classic. If you read this book, you really get why it is a classic. It speaks about a lot of things that really scared me sometimes, not in a bad way like, oh no, there's a ghost, I'm scared, but like reality scares. Like this book was a big reality check for me sometimes because I love reading. I want to study English literature, and guess what? Emily in this book loves reading too, and she studies English literature, and I recognize so much of myself in Emily, which sometimes was a real reality check, and it was sometimes a little bit facing myself in this book, and that's what I really like. Richard Yates really makes you face yourself, because I think everybody who reads this book will recognize something of their self in it. I think someone I know who is reading the book also told me I started in the book and immediately I recognized something of me and my twin in this book. And I do not have a sister, but I think if you have a sister, you will probably recognize a lot of yourself in your sister in this book, because it is so realistic. The characters and the things in this book could be as real as you and me, and that's really great about this book. But the thing about Emily, which I noticed, was when she was younger, she used to always be very scared. She was encountering a lot of anxiety when people would leave for a temporary time, and she would always very intensely fear that they would not come back. But as the book went on, a lot of people left her and did not come back and told her they did not want to be with her, etc, etc. And that was such a beautiful character development for Emily in this book, because at first she was so scared of people leaving her. Eventually she didn't really care anymore, because it happened so much to her that she just let it be. She still had that angst in her. You really noticed that even if it wasn't there, you noticed she was still scared of people leaving her, and she had like this matter of time thing in her head, like, they're together with me, but it's only a matter of time. But I also found a very strong aspect of this book, like sometimes she was together with someone and she was like, I can be together with you, I can be with you, and she left them on her own accord. And that is what I really like, because she did not let herself be chained, and when she wanted to be with someone and they left her, she really let those emotions out, but she was always very quick to come back from them. And I really liked Emily as a character. She was so realistic and such a strong woman, and I really loved Emily. This book, I cannot begin to tell you how much I like it. It tells about so much things, and every character in this book is so real and so deep, and it has such a deep story. Every character in this book has its own story. You notice that even a character who only comes in for like 2 pages or 1 or a couple of pages or 10 or whatever, you know what I mean, they have their own story, and you notice that. And that's what I really like about this book. If you want to read it, I really recommend you should, because it's a good book. it really helps you get a realistic view of the world, if that makes sense. Like, you have a realistic view, but it sometimes is a real reality check. Like, for me, this was like, I gotta do more with my life. Even though I'm only 18, I gotta do more with my life, because this book really gave me some scares sometimes. Like, it made me sad at times, because I recognized so much of myself in it, and things weren't always going good, and I was like, God, I need to pull myself up and make myself stronger, and this book really, really, really brought it to attention, and it is a great book. And also, this cover is so gorgeous. Indeed has this vintage, beautiful cover, The Easter Parade by Richard Yates. I really loved it. 4 stars on Goodreads. If you want to read it, I really recommend you should. If you're doubting, no doubt, read it. It is a very fast-paced read, and I love it. I truly, truly adore it. So you guys, that was my book talk on The Easter Parade by Richard Yates. I hope you will perhaps want to read this book. I hope you might give it a like, give it a subscribe, give it a comment, and whatnot. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, adieu, and see you in my next video. Bye guys!